Advertising must not take advantage of children's inexperience or their natural credulity and sense of loyalty.
Some ads used to openly encourage kids to badger their parents, like in this downright nightmarish Fruit Gums ad.
Don't forget my Fruit Gums, Mum. I just love those Fruit Gums, Mum. Don't forget my tube of Fruit Gums, gums that last all day. Don't forget the Fruit Gums, Mum.
Yeah, pick 'em up on your way back from the therapist.
Today, obvious appeals to pester power are a no-no, but they're not really necessary, to be honest, because when you're a kid, you just instinctively want whatever's being advertised, like you've been programmed. I mean, I can remember when I was 4, I desperately wanted some of these. And look how rubbish they are. They were just a load of pink blobs of vaguely human-shaped plastic that wobbled and didn't fall down. But I never got them, and in many ways my life has never recovered, and that's why I live like this.
Advertisements must not encourage or condone excessive consumption of any food.
We're far too health conscious these days to let that happen, although in days of yore, we didn't give a toss.
Caroline Jeffries and Valerie Whiteman are disco birds.
In the artery-hardening past, fattening snack foods were promoted as though they were an essential part of the swinging lifestyle.
On the go, all the time. With Mars bars backing them all the way. There's glucose, sugar, milk and thick, thick chocolate in a Mars.
During the 80s, convenience food was the only thing the downtrodden proletarian workforce had left, and they clung to it like a religion, composing euphoric hymns in honour of processed meat products.
Oh, biscuits, it's chips. We are biscuits.
You know, it might not look like much, but that's a van full of dreams.
Today we're all glum health fascists though, and snack food advertising is generally frowned upon. As a result, current ads for not especially slimline foods scarcely mention the product. They're not even ads at all, but branded entertainment which attempts to convey a vague sense of somethingness about the food, but largely seems to exist in order to give toe-brained cretins something to repeatedly call genius within earshot, while you sit staring at a monitor in your cell of an office fighting off overwhelming waves of sorrow and rage without ever letting them register on your face, not even for a second.
Advertisements must not link alcohol with sexual activity or success, or imply that alcohol can enhance attractiveness, suggest that alcohol has therapeutic qualities, nor offer it as a stimulant, sedative, mood changer or source of nourishment, or to boost confidence.
There are about 1 billion rules covering the advertising of alcohol on TV. You're not allowed to show people drinking alone, you're not allowed to appeal to people under the age of 18, or even advertise in or near shows that appeal to people under 18, and you're not allowed to imply that alcohol will get you laid. Basically, you're not allowed to do anything. There's hardly any old booze ads that can be shown these days, such as this cheery Carling ad in which a bloke is seen glugging alone.
How are we going, Fred?
Oh, I get it right, love. Enough said.
Or the famously Larry Hoffmeister ads featuring George the Bear, whose cuddly laddishness might appeal to children. Even sophisticated liqueur ads like this are out thanks to their delicious air of sexual tension.
Delicious. Just like you.
That's why the trend in recent years has been for ads which represent the drink in different artsy and oblique ways.
What sort of advert is the most tricky to shoot?
Cars are always a pain because it's all about getting low, sexy, sleek-looking shots of cars, the hot metal factor. There are guys who just shoot cars and make a lot of money doing it. You know that shot in pizza ads where the slice of pizza is pulled from the pie and the melted cheese snakes out in long, stringy tendrils? It's called a cheese pull, and there's one guy in the world who does all of them. He's the cheese pull man. He's as rich as Croesus, and he races cars in his spare time. That's what you can get if you're prepared to spend your life making melted cheese look sexy. You all right?
Oh, sorry, no, it's just you've really depressed me.
Sorry.
That's better. So, what's the future for advertising?
No one knows. In terms of uncertainty, it's where the music industry was 3 years ago. New media's come along and blown all the old models apart. They're all shitting themselves, basically, because the internet and Sky Plus has done a lot to empower consumers. If they don't like an ad, they just skip it. Even 10 years ago, you had a captive audience during the commercial break. Not anymore.
Well, we're going to take a short break now for some poetry with Tim Key.
Declan and Lynn were watching the ads and tutting. They were largely tutting because the ads were mainly for children's products. And in brackets, coming up to Christmas. Just giving you an idea of when this poem is set. One example would be that they were tutting when there was an advert for a child's remote-controlled toy who had eyes that lit up. At one point, Lynn muttered, "Fucking cynical, innit?" And Declan nodded. And then Declan knocked his squash over, so their dad, Aaron, came in. And Lynn, so they're both children. Declan and Lynn are both children, which we didn't sort of reveal. And Lynn pointed her podgy little hand at the goggle box, and Declan did his big brown doleful eyes act. And their dad, Aaron, started buying things online. Despicable.
Number 3, a brilliant showcase for an ordinary, everyday, blokey chap geezer.
Well, they better not cancel football. Who's that? Mike, a picture. I'm sorting out the loan.
A picture? We don't fuss or patronise.
Really?
Yes, we have a mortgage.
How much do we want to borrow?
Yeah, 25,000. How much is that?
Make it 75 grand. You'll never pay it back anyway.
How much is that a month?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's much less than we're paying now.
Yeah, and you only have to keep it up for another 180 months, you tit.
And number 2, a cheapo ad that sullies mankind's hitherto spotless reputation.
On an episode of Cribs in a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king-size tub big enough for 10 plus me. So what you need?
Don't know about you, but I'm really glad to be alive.
And at number 1, the continuing epic romance gets bogged down in chit-chat.
If this were a restaurant, they'd be putting chairs on tables about now.
And I'd be asking you back to my place for coffee.
Stop talking about coffee and start f***ing.
I'm on the first flight to Milan in the morning.
That's terrible.
Why?
You don't serve gold blend in Milan.
I've had enough of this. Look, I think she's going to f*** you.
You may be right.
So why are you banging on about coffee the whole time?
It's my job.
You will sod that. The pair of you should be not going on about...
I'm tasting coffee.
Oh. Oh, all right.
Hello?
Alright, look, yeah, if you don't f*** her, I'm going to come round and f*** you. Now.
So, in summary, what have we learned? Well, on the one hand, advertising is nothing but a glitzy shell around a puff of air. It's a tapestry of pointless dreams, a brainworm cynically designed to chew its way through your common sense. It's 5 times worse than the Nazis. And on the other hand, well,
And in case you missed it, you can listen again to Charlie Brooker chatting to Nahal on the Radio 1 website. Next tonight, Tuesday Drama with Stan.
Advertising, who cares? Cheers.